Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
Credit B presents Cricbuzz Live. Credit B, loans anytime, anywhere. It's fallen upon me to do the top 5 international players of this year's tournament. Now, number 5 was pretty tough for me, to be honest. There's a lot of names I could have maybe come up with. A David Miller type player. I thought he was really good. Shimron Hetmeyer was very good. I thought Rashid Khan was outstanding, but I'm going to list them from 5 down to 1 who I think have been most influential. And the number 5 choice I went with was a teammate of David Miller's in Kagiso Rabada. To me, once again, he has led the seam bowlers as far as the wicket taking is concerned. 23 wickets at 8.4. New ball, old ball. He's developing his game all the time, and he's just one of the best in the business, I think. KG Rabada, he's in that mid to early 140s. He's got wonderful slower balls and changes of pace. He's the leading seam bowler, I think, in the tournament as far as the overseas contingent was concerned. And to me, he just continues to impress. His last couple of 3 years in this tournament have been superb. So KG Rabada gets my number 5 spot. And I am actually going to name them from 5 down to 1, down to the most influential, because I just think sometimes we name 5 and we don't put them in order. We don't take a bit of a risk. So I'm taking a bit of a risk here. Number 4. Not a tough choice, I don't think, the top 4, and coming in at number 4 is Wanindu Hasaranga. I think through the middle overs for Bangalore, he's just been absolutely superb. He's the leading wicket taker, of course, we know that. He bowled 49 of a maximum 56 possible overs in the tournament. So 14 games, he bowled 49. They got an extra game, obviously, in the playoffs, but throughout the early stages, I thought he was superb for Bangalore. 24 wickets at 7.39 through that middle overs. He really owned those middle overs, and when Bangalore got off to a poor start with the ball, he brought things back nicely for them. So Hasaranga gets my number 4 spot. Didn't quite see enough of him with the bat. Hopefully we see a bit more of that next year from Wanindu Hasaranga. At number 3, I'm just so pleased. Finally, we saw the best of Liam Livingstone. We have seen him in previous tournaments not do so well. I've seen him around the world, Players Trade, and be unbelievably powerful. We finally saw the real Liam Livingstone this year. So to me, he gets the number 3 spot for that very reason. 437 runs. Strike rate is the key for Livingstone. 182. Absolutely belligerent at times. And it's just the way he starts for the most part. He's powerful at the start, and he just continues on that way throughout his innings. Throw in his 6 wickets and 6 catches. He's a genuine all-rounder. He's a 3-dimensional player, which we've talked about throughout the shows on Cricbuzz Live. So we're down to 2 players now, and 2 guys who have really stood out. One of them, he's got big enough shoulders, I think, to carry the whole team. But Andre Russell picks up the number 2 spot for me, and he did. He carried Kolkata. Time and time again, they needed him, whether it be wickets, whether it be runs. I know there were other players that had decent seasons for Kolkata, but Andre Russell single-handedly at times carried them. 335 runs at a 170 plus strike rate, 17 wickets. I know his economy was a little bit high, just below 10, but he's a genuine wicket taker. And I think that's one of the keys for Andre Russell. A fit, healthy Andre Russell is a must in that Kolkata side. So to me, he deserves the number 2 spot. Even though Kolkata didn't have the best of seasons, he was just one of their absolute standouts and one of the overseas standouts for me. And we come to number 1. I'm guessing you're not really going to be too surprised with my number 1. The reason that the Rajasthan Royals have made the final is Jos Buttler. He has been one of the key men throughout the season. Yes, he started really, really well, went backwards a little bit through the middle stages, but it's so hard to continue that momentum throughout a whole season. So Jos Buttler, strike rate around that 150 mark throughout the tournament. He has led the way, and he's the reason that they got off to such a good start as well, the Rajasthan Royals. And they were winning games, remember, batting first, when it was unfashionable to bat first and win games. Nobody could do it, but Rajasthan could, and he was one of the key reasons for that. So Jos Buttler takes the number 1 spot. I think he is the best T20 opener in the world at this point in time. And, he's just a serious player. So for me, he takes that number 1 spot. He helped Rajasthan get to the final. And to me, that's why he's there. That's your top 5 overseas players, according to me. Not sure whether you agree. Maybe you can have your say.